Hi friends, hola, buenos dias, buenas tardes, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, bonjour. How are you? Well, it's actually Women's Month, and I wanted to do something for Women's Month. It's March. We celebrate the women's all over the world, and I come across these two books a few years ago while working with third grade 3-year-olds to 5-year-olds. And myself and the children love these books. We learn about women in the USA that are just remarkable and did wonderful things um, for causes that they believe in and to help better the world, and women all over the world. So it's called She Persisted, 13 American Women Who Changed the World, and it's written by Chelsea Clinton, right? One of our presidents of the past daughter. And this is another one, woman. She persisted around the world. 13 Women Who Changed History, again written by Chelsea Clinton. And this is about women all over the world. So I'm going to try to read one or two of the stories from each for you. So let's start with the USA. Okay? And persistent mean that you continue, you don't give up, you have a goal, you have something you want to reach, you believe in something, and people trying to tell you not to follow it anymore. You don't stop, you keep going and persist in your belief or your cause. Okay? And this is about women who did just that. So let's start with one or two of the women in here, and this is a woman in the USA. This is women in the USA. This one is a woman in the USA. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's not always easy being a girl anywhere in the world. It is especially challenging in some places. There are countries where it's hard for girls to go to school and where women need their husband's permission to get a passport or even to leave the house. And all over the world, girls are more likely to be told to be quiet, to sit down, to have smaller dreams. Don't listen to those voices. These 13 women from across the world didn't. They persisted. So it happens to be the ones I'm going to read Caroline Herschel. Although Caroline Herschel's mother didn't think girls should be educated, her father taught her alongside her brothers. But after Typhus left Caroline permanently stunted at just over 4 feet tall, both parents thought her only future was to be a servant. She persisted, leaving her native Germany to live in England with her brother William, who supported her efforts to further educate herself, including in math and astronomy. Together, they studied the night sky, and on her own, Caroline became the first woman to discover a comet. Today, several of the comets she found bear her name. And this is what she quoted: "However long we live, life is short, so I work." Okay, and that's about Caroline from Germany. Let's read the other book. Here's another one. Harriet Tubman, so this is a woman in the USA, was born a slave with her story, and her story could be ended there. Instead, she persisted, escaping from slavery and becoming the first famous conductor on the Underground Railroad. She risked her life many times to lead countless slaves to freedom, including her family, friends, and strangers. Every person she led to freedom arrived safely. And this is about Harriet Tubman, an American slave, a black woman who led other slaves to freedom. Harriet Tubman. Here's one of my favorite too, Helen Keller. And this is about women in the USA. Once Helen Keller became blind and deaf as a toddler, few people thought she'd be able to learn to read, write, or speak. But she persisted. Helen learned how to do all three and not only became the first person with deaf blindness to graduate from college, but she used her story to help fight for more opportunities for people with disabilities in the United States and around the world. And here's what she quoted: "One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar." And soar means to fly high, to go high. Jesus said you never should settle to creep when you can soar, when you can go high. And she was blind, friends, but she did a lot of stuff to prove that nothing can stop you when you persist. Okay? That is Helen Keller. Let's read another woman from around the world. So that was women in the U.S. Growing up in Poland, Marie Curie knew that because she was a girl, she would have to leave her country to go to college. She persisted, moving to France to pursue her dream of being a scientist. Her work in radioactivity, the way that some materials give off energy, led her to become the first woman awarded a Nobel Prize in physics. A few years later, she discovered two new elements, one of which she named polonium after her home country. For that work, she won her second Nobel Prize in chemistry. She was the first person in the world, man or woman, to receive two Nobel Prizes. And she quoted, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood." I love that. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. So I hope you enjoy these two books, one about women in the USA, women in all over the world, and women in the USA who made remarkable marks in the world because they persisted. And I hope you will persist in all your pursuit that you want to, all your goals, and pursue it in life. Not give up. Try, keep trying until you succeed. When I was growing up, there was a saying that says, if at first you don't succeed, try and try and try again. I hope you're enjoying the springtime. I hope you love these two books. I hope you can get a hold of them because there's a lot more remarkable women in both books for you to read about and be inspired by. I was truly inspired, and my students, 3 to 5 year olds, were truly inspired when I read this book to them. So these two books to them, and they could repeat to me and tell me about who did what, who fought for what. I was just so impressed. But because these women were so impressive, their memories, they brought back the memories to the children, and they also brought back memories to me that I still remember up until today, all the stories that I read in this book. So I hope you enjoy these two books rather. Hope you enjoy the stories, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for stopping by Miss Jan's place. Have a wonderful evening, or whenever you see this. Take care.